It was soon discovered that the booking process could be expedited if the band found someone to manage them.
I first did a Pussy when I first had a Putty.
We heard about this big shot manager that managed a lot of bands in the area.
Well, oh, thank you. At the time, I was managing Thin Lizzy and Zeppelin.
The Flaming Turds, who were really popular for a while, and Dickless John McGee.
But Putty didn't know how to approach someone to lead their music career.
So we called him up, and we were kind of nervous. Like, do you want to manage us? And he, was like, well, I'll audition you.
That I decided to take him under my wing. So I did.
Farron Crush,
next question,
proved to be a disaster of a manager.
A couple months into it, we realized this guy really doesn't know what he's doing.
He was the worst manager ever.
I think I was a great manager.
What's up, guy? That fucking guy.
I know I was a good manager.
I think they were drunk when they asked him to manage us.
He's a fucking asshole.
Getting us just horrible shows.
I got them shows. I got them places to play.
He tried to book us at Chuck E. Cheese.
Great place. Stones played there. I booked them at Van Andel Arena.
We never played there.
Madison Square Garden, where the Celtics play.
No, I don't think we've played there.
But apparently that wasn't good enough.
I think he drinks more than Ben.
I mean, not only shows, but I got them press coverage. I got them floozies that took their shirts off, and yeah, I thought it was a I thought it was a great manager.
His ideas for the improvement in Putty only served to be roadblocks in the way of the band's career.
I was introduced to the band through Farron Crush. He was the manager at the time, and he was concerned with the musical direction and wanted to propel them further in their careers.
He brought in this girl, Kathy, and said that she would really help the band. And
Kathy Times was a performance artist and singer that Farron thought would increase the band's marketability.
Said, I've got this girl I want you guys to hook up with, be a singer, right? We're not really looking for a singer. And
at the time I was giving the oral sex to Farron.
I liked Kathy.
So he thought it would be good to put me in the band.
From the start, Kathy was a mismatch with Putty.
He brings over this girl named Kathy Entime, who was completely, psychotically obsessed with Dan of the band Retire.
she was infatuated with the guy. She was totally in love with him.
Her first song that she submitted was a song called, I don't remember the name of it, but the lyric was, "Your name is Dan and I'm your biggest fan."
Sure, I wrote some lyrics that may have been repetitive. No, I'm an artist.
She'd have these 12-minute songs about how much she loved this guy, Dan from Retire. Ooh, he's cool. I mean, she never wrote a song about me.
I thought her lyrics were very heartfelt. They were very imaginative, very diverse lyrics, I thought.
She said nothing cool rhymes with Mark. Shark. Dark. Hello.
And I thought she did a fine job, you know? I thought she was great. I don't know.
All she wrote about was songs about Dan.
It was very consistent. I would say consistent.
And she had a couple other things along the same lines, and we'd just argue with her, like, can we sing about something other than Dan? And she'd be like, no.
Alright, I'm not gonna take this abuse. If you don't want to sing my
Just
dance
fucking
song,
sing Staples, okay?
whatever.
Staples.
Sure, yeah.
We went over it a billion times.
That was a great song.
All she did was went off on her psychotic, crazy, controlling ways,
And she got really violent and assaulted us, and
She kind of like pushed Sean out of the way and she started singing, and
Stupid. What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, but I wasn't going to get on stage and play for, 40 minutes with every song being about this guy. It was bad. It was horrible.
it took forever to get rid of her.
And then she left the band.
She left the band and took her Dan songs with her.
When I left the band, I decided I needed to find a new outlet for my art. So I took a few language courses at the local community college and I became French.
Putty's contempt for Kathy's songwriting was no match for the fury that surrounded Farron's cover song debacle.
He wanted us to cover a lot of really, really bad songs.
I'd never even heard of the songs that Farron boy wanted him to play.
Those songs were brilliant.
And we'd like argue with him for like just ever on it.
Sheila E.'s Holly Rock.
What's wrong with Sheila E?
that's almost as big of a joke as John being in the band.
Rock, rock, holy rock. I love you all the time.
Basically, if they made an album called Crappy 80s, he wanted us to cover it.
Rock, rock, holy rock. Everybody want a Holly Rock. Then it was not was. That's a brilliant band.
Was not was. Walk the Dinosaur. I mean, who'd want to do that song again?
He wants to do some like Morris J. Oak Tree song that, you know, that Morris, what's that dance you're doing?
There's a couple of Morris Day things, stuff that just didn't go with what we were doing.
I believe at one point Sean even said Morris Day is a fucking faggot.
They said something about some movie Breaking. Look at that. Check something out from that. I don't know what that was.
But I couldn't talk them into it. They wouldn't do it.
That pretty much went against everything that Putty was standing for, and so it just pissed us off. Just every minute he just pushed for everything.
The entire situation pushed the band's keyboard player to the edge.
Band song, one of our own.
See, now our keyboard is quick.
Aaron,
What am I going to do without keyboards to back up my vocals?
Keyboard player was the silent center of the band.
The keyboard player, he was a jerk.
That guy was my best friend.
Very little is ever spoke of him because his departure impacted the band in such a profound way.
He and I go way back, and him leaving the band actually hurt me more than when Kathy left.
He did not like Sean and Mark. That's what he did not like the brother combination.
You know, he was my friend. But aside from that, I mean, he was my best friend. He was my best friend.
He loved my music. He did not like their music.
I thought keyboard player was he really added something to the band.
That actually, I think, contributed to partially why Chris left.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I mean,
but
Chris did like the keyboards. It was
Well, the keyboard thing about the keyboard player, like half the time he'd quit and then he'd come back because like he was back in the band when Kathy Entime quit, and I didn't even realize he was there. He just like didn't he quit when you joined and you guys were the ones who started the band?
Yeah, that was the weird part. But then he came back. But he quit when you joined,
and then he quit when he found out that I came back and that you weren't leaving. Then when he found out that John was in the band, he just said, "Fuck it." He never came back after that.
Even he would not speak to us about his involvement with Putty.
Fuck up and try to masturbate.
It was by far one of the worst periods of the whole band.
Keyboard player was gone. With Kathy being ousted and Farron no longer managing the band, Putty was free to book their own venues and create their own songs. Trouble would follow soon after their next show at Mac's Bar. Trouble on the internet creates doubt within the band. Up next, Putty uncovers the mystery of a disgruntled listener.
I ran into him at a sandwich shop, and I found out he was for real. We thought